Gentlemen, that is what we do. That is jerkbait fishing. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to the channel. We are at Tanglewood Nature Estate, Boskop Dam, as you can hear. Big carp spawning behind me here in the little cove here. I hope they don't distract us. But as you can see on the title, we are talking about jerkbait fishing, one of my favorites. Most underused technique in South Africa. You don't see a lot of jerkbait videos on YouTube about South African conditions. So I was thinking this is a good time for us to get to know jerkbaits, especially for the youngsters. We're going to look at everything: hardware, the baits, colors, technique, underwater footage. So let's get into it. First of all, what is jerkbait fishing? Jerkbait fishing is a lure that you use to get reaction strikes from bass. Usually it's got a rattle in it, it's elongated with a nose, and you get them in different depths, different colors, different makes, different sizes. So they are, most of the fishermen that we talk about when they talk about bass fishing is usually in South Africa. It's about craws, weightless senkos, worms, and things like this, wacky rigs and things. But one of the lures that is the most underused here is the jerkbait. And the main focus of a jerkbait is to cause a reaction strike. Sometimes with a worm or so, the fish has to be hungry to eat that worm. But with a jerkbait, he might not be interested, he might be full, he might not be interested. But because of the behavior of the lure in the water, it brings out a core reaction in the bass to just go out and lash at it and strike at it. And I had a prime example this morning where a fish, I could see him just in a negative mood, just cruising, and then just suddenly reacted and hit a jerkbait. So let's first look at hardware. Now, I use two types of rods for my jerkbaits. You can use a crankbait rod, you can use any rod if you want to, but the main focus, if you want to get seriously into jerkbait fishing, then this is the part. This is the ones you need. You need a rod that is comfortable, light, and not heavy on the hand, because when you do the jerk every day, you are going to get tired. And I've been doing it for 24 days, non-stop. Every day I throw a jerkbait, because it's the only thing that I catch them on. I tried worms, I tried everything, but the jerkbait was just, they're so responsive because they haven't seen it. It's something new to them. So rod wise, this one is a 6'9" medium fast. You can use 8 to 15 pound line, and it uses a 1/4 ounce to a 1/2 ounce. I've got Abu Garcia reel on here, Black Max, old reel. Gear ratio 6:5 to 1 or 6:3 to 1. You don't need the speed, you don't need 7 or 8 to 1 reels, because it's not, you're not burning it. It's a twitch reaction. They call it jerking. You jerk the bait. So this is the rod. This is a Pesca Pro Series jerkbait rod, a specialized jerkbait rod. So I would suggest that if you want to seriously get into jerkbait fishing, get a specialized rod, a rod that is made for jerkbaits. Then the other rod I use is a spinner rod, a spinning rod. So usually this rod is used with normal jerkbaits, your bigger sizes jerkbaits, and then this one is used for your little minnow style jerkbaits, which is very effective. So the rod here is a Mustang XB. This is a medium light rod. It's a 6'6" and 1/4 ounce, and I spool it up with braid, 15 pound braid, and then we'll get to line now, what line I use. So line wise, I prefer to use Cigar. This is a 12 pound. You can use 8, 10 and 12. In the conditions I'm fishing in, I use 12 pound. It's a little bit stronger. So on my jerkbait rod, my standard jerkbait rod, it's only fluorocarbon on it. I use fluorocarbon, they don't see it. It doesn't have stretch in the line. You are in direct contact with the fish, because once he takes this, he usually dives. he goes down. And the fluorocarbon helps, and it's also invisible in water, so the fish doesn't see the line, and it's got a lot of strength in it. So this is I use Seaguar Invisics. You can even use the Seaguar Basics, and on my spinning rod I use 15-pound braid, like I say, and this is a 12-pound fluorocarbon leader. 8, 10, 12, like I say. Let's look at the baits that we use. Now the baits comes in different sizes. You get this is the Megabass Vision 110 R2, the very deep diver that I've unboxed before. Then you get your Guggenbait ones. You get your Berkeley Stunners. You get your X-Raps. That is also deep divers. Usually with a jerkbait, they will tell you the size, how deep it runs, and also by looking at the bill, you can see how deep this one is going to be. Also, you get ones like this ones. This is your minnow style bait. This is the Ripstop 9. Fantastic bait. Brilliant bait here. They love this, especially this color. And you also get the ones, like if I can find it, let me see if I have one here, like this one. This is from Sensation. This is let me just check, this is the Jerk Minnow SD4. It goes down to 4 feet. It's got the one with the feather on. Now, as you can see, this one's got a lot of stripes on it, a lot of hits on it as the fish hit it. With jerkbaits, like I said, it's a reaction strike. The bass reacts, they get angry, they just want the bait away from them, and they will hit it. Now when you look at videos on YouTube about jerkbait fishing, there's a channel on YouTube that is very popular, Tactical Bassin. They are heavy into jerkbait fishing. Those two guys, they are fanatic about jerkbait fishing, and usually they will tell you that jerkbait fishing is actually very good in the winter, but it works all season long. Every season you can catch them anytime on it. It's good for sight fishing. When you see this bass and there's 5, 6 around them, you throw a jerkbait between them and you jerk it, they will start getting competitive. Who will hit that jerkbait the first? And it's usually the bigger ones that hit first. They are faster. So if you want to know more about jerkbaits, I suggest that you also go to Tactical Bassin, or just say jerkbait fishing for bass in the search button, and you will find them. I will link their channel in the comment below because they are so informative. They are the ones who taught me about jerkbait fishing. Let's look at colors. Color wise, what I found is in clear water, that what we have here is usually your transparent baits, the baits you can see through, like your 6 Sense Provokes. They are the see-through ones, like this one, the bone color one. This one is your ghost bone minnow. I caught some nice fish on the ghost bone minnow. What I do is also that you look at, sometimes they don't want color, they just want a clear, and this is native shad from Guggen. It's a transparent bait with a little bit of black on it. With the minnow style baits, what I found was that during the day, when the sun is high like this, they like this ones. The silver one with black, you can see the teeth marks on it. The silver one with the black on top is the one that worked for me. And then at night, they will go for either this one, or they will go with another one like this one. I'm looking for my, and then this one is like a tench. Ripstop 9 minnow. I've been hitting a lot of fish on it. I caught a 1.23 kg on this one. Look at the teeth marks, how I hit them. They like it, especially when it gets a little bit darker. There's something about this color that they just love. I don't know what it is. technique wise, we will show you underwater footage, but technique wise is you cast it out, and what I usually do is I rip it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, so to get it down in the depth. And then on a slack line, very important to the youngsters, a slack line, you rip it 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. In the winter, what I do is I stop it a little bit, let it hang. And that is where what I like to do is in the winter is I like to fish with baits like the Guggen ones, even the Vision 110s, the 6 Sense Provokes, because they suspend. Suspend means once you rip them, they come to a halt and they sit nose down. They sit like this. And they can sit like this for a long time. And then you twitch them again. And it's usually when you stop it and you twitch 1, 2, and it darts, they will hit it. Also, lately what I figured out is that if you fish here at Boskop Dam, because the grass is lower, I cast it out over the grass and I twitch it. But I twitch it very fast. So it's like, it's a small fish moving over the grass, and they just come out of the grass and they smash it. I had one that smashed it this morning out of nowhere. So what you can do is your cadence, they call it cadence, is the way you rip it. Very, very important to people who are new to jerkbait fishing is that you always hit the slack. If you hit it on a tight line, what's going to happen is, if you hit it on a tight line, because you will jerk, and then if the line is tight, once you jerk it, it will just move forward. And what happens is usually on underwater videos, you will see that once the bait moves forward in a straight line, the fish just turns, he's not interested. But once that bait starts to throw off, that different, it starts jerking off, moves in different directions, like it's escaping from the fish, they usually come and hammer it. Also with certain baits, like your elegant bone one, or your, like the one I've got on, like this one, that's got a little flash, silver flash in it, is that with a jerkbait, as you jerk it, it throws off a lot of flash. So it attracts the bass from a very long way. One of the other things that is very, very important, on the boxes when you buy these baits, like this one, the 6 Sense Provoke 106 DD, it will tell you 4 to 7 feet. Now it's very important that people don't understand that if you fish with a jerkbait, say your water is 10 feet deep, you don't need a jerkbait that goes down to 10 feet, because it's not a crankbait or a square ball crankbait that you want it to hit on the bottom. You want it to be in the it's going to catch suspending fish. It suspends in the water, so it will be in the upper columns of the water. So if you fish, like I was fishing in 17 feet deep water, and I was throwing this one, the Mega Bass Vision 110, it will be maybe in 13, 14 feet. The bass will come up, he's looking at it, he's waiting for it, and as you twitch it, he'll come nearer and nearer, and eventually when you twitch it, he will strike it. So with jerkbaits, you always look at the depth of the water. If you are on a boat and you have a fish finder that tells you the depth of the water, you look at, if I'm in 8 feet of water, I don't need a jerkbait that can hit 10 feet of water. You're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck in grass, you're going to get stuck in mud, you're going to get stuck in reeds or in the rocks at the bottom. So you usually want one that is in the upper columns. So if you fish in 8 feet of water, a 4 feet deep jerkbait, like this jerk minnow from Sensation, 4 feet deep, it will just hover in that midsection. And what will attract them is even the feather on the jerkbait. So other things that you have to look out for also when you fish with jerkbaits is cadence, how often, when to throw a jerkbait. Jerkbait, you can throw them anytime, morning, afternoon, evening, especially when it's hot like this today. fish is lethargic, they are tired, they are not really feeding, throw a jerkbait, change around. People are stereotyped, they only throw one bait. I used to be like that. I used to throw only weightless Senkos, only wacky, only a jig. Seeing fish, suspend, and you know, but they don't want to take the bait. Come with a jerkbait over it. Also, what happens is what happened yesterday. We found a school of fish, maybe 8-10 bass, just suspending, swimming around. Took a jerkbait, I threw one between them on the past them, and I started jerking through. I got hit by one. Rosie came behind me with a wacky and caught another one quick afterward. And then you can, once one bass attack that jerkbait, it usually sends them in a frenzy. They become crazy, and they just all, you will catch 4, 5, 6 in a row with a jerkbait. So that's why jerkbaits are dependable. They are something different. People don't often use them. I even caught fish at Donaldson Dam where the water is not very clear. People have the misconception that jerkbaits are only for clear water fishing. That is why you have different colors. I mean, in dirty water, a white one, Sensation, Jack Minnow ST3 in white, in a bone color. Throw this one. You've got ones with orange in them, with flash. You can catch a bass in any dam with a jerkbait that has not seen a jerkbait, and it's reactive. It's a reaction strike. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's fun. I am still learning. I'm still learning every day about jerkbait fishing, and most of the fish we caught on this trip for the us to go out and hit fish as many as I can. And I tried worms, I tried crankbaits, I tried jigs, I tried soft jerkbaits. But the morning when we came here and I saw the conditions, we had a cold front, we had snow at the end of September in South Africa, which was unheard of. The water temperature was low. I told Rosie, this is winter conditions. Winter condition, one time he tells me jerkbait. And on my first morning I caught, you saw a video, I caught one of just under a kilo on a jerkbait. And from then on I just went out because I'm fanatic about jerkbaits. There's my obsession. A whole box full of jerkbaits. Fishing them, trying every brand, trying to look at what do I want out of a jerkbait. And I caught fish on every bait. From the 6 cents provoke, Berkeley Stunner. Berkeley Stunners, I told you, you get a +1 and the standard one. I caught on the Jack Minnows. My new favorite is the Ripstop. Ripstop 9, a fantastic minnow bait. Very difficult to get at the moment. I found some at a shop, quite expensive, 230 Rand a bait. It's an old bait. You will see in the videos that I caught them on the Ripstops, on a spinning rod. The smaller jerkbaits, you throw them on a spinning rod, because if you try them on a bait cast, you're gonna get knots. You're gonna lose your temper. That's where a spinning rod comes in. Beautiful. One advice I would give you: if you fish them on a spinning rod, drag must be quite loose, because remember, you're fishing with treble hooks. If it's too tight, they'll repel. And when they hit a jerkbait, they hit it very hard. And I use yellow braid because it was my wacky rod, and I just converted it. I said, I like this rod, it's nice, I can cast far, rip, and they hit it. So guys, I hope I gave you some idea about jerkbait fishing. I hope you're gonna practice it, get into it. It's underused. Think out of the box sometimes. People concentrate too much on what other people fish with, forgetting that there's so many techniques in bass fishing. That's why we love bass fishing. This is an underused technique. If you guys come here December, I know holidays around the corner, and the grass is still low and you see this open spot, and try jerkbait. practice, use it. You'll be surprised what you catch. I mean, I bought this bait. They are not cheap. 400 Rand for a Vision 110. This is the standard of all jerkbaits. That's the mother of all jerkbaits. This is the standard of what jerkbait should be. And I said, I bought one. I said, I'm gonna see, can I catch a fish on this jerkbait? Went opposite the dam wall, in 17 feet of water, cast this thing out, and jerk, boom, it got smashed by a 2.02 kilo bass. My first ever 2 kilo on a jerkbait. And it's a fantastic experience, guys. Hard work. You're gonna have muscles like this at the end of the trip with jerkbaits if you use it every day. But the rewards are there. When you see our videos that's coming out, you'll see most of our fish were caught on jerkbaits. Guys, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it, and tight lines, and see you in the next video. And God bless. Goodbye.